Bonjour, étudiants de français. This Unit 3 live class is entitled On a volé la Joconde, and it's going to be a reading comprehension exercise for you. So we'll go through it in French and in English, and then you will actually be reading two news articles in French in your next lesson, which should be a project for you to complete. So, on a volé la Joconde. Someone has stolen the Mona Lisa. Imaginez que vous rentrez dans la pyramide en verre du Louvre à Paris. Comme des milliers d'autres autour de vous, vous cherchez une peinture spécifique, la Joconde. Vous êtes bousculé. Il y a des gardes dans chaque corridor, escalier et salle dans le musée. So, in French, they call the Mona Lisa La Joconde because that was her last name, actually. This was painted from an actual person who posed, a wealthy Italian person wanted his wife's portrait painted by Leonardo da Vinci, and so they go by the last name in French and Italian. We call it the Mona Lisa. So the first paragraph says, imagine that you are entering the glass pyramid of the Louvre in Paris. Like millions of others around you, well, not millions, like many around you, you are looking for a specific painting, the Mona Lisa. You're pushed, you're shoved. There are guards in each corridor, stairway, and in each room in the museum. Enfin, vous la voyez, la peinture renommée par Da Vinci, derrière un verre et entourée par des gardes. Vous ne pouvez pas vous rapprocher de la peinture parce qu'on vous regarde de près. Finally, you see her, the renowned painting by Da Vinci, behind glass and surrounded by guards. You can't approach the painting because someone is looking at you from nearby, or you're being looked at from all angles, either one. Avec une telle sécurité, il est difficile d'imaginer ce gros titre « On a volé la Joconde ». Cependant, cela est vraiment arrivé. Dans ce dossier, vous allez découvrir quand et comment cet événement est arrivé. Vous allez aussi travailler sur votre compétence à lire en lisant de près un article au sujet de vol. So, with such tight security, it is difficult to imagine this huge headline. Someone has stolen the Mona Lisa. However, it really happened. So in this project, you are going to find out when and how this event took place. You are also going to work on your reading comprehension, and close reading in an article on the subject of the theft. Okay, so reading the French news articles. First, there's a picture in the actual museum, the Louvre, of the painting that is behind glass and behind a railing. You can see that it is a lot smaller than you would think. And the glass is actually, that's a pretty good picture. It's kind of hard to see it in person because the glass is actually a little bit tinted, so it doesn't get, the painting doesn't get light on it. So, when you're reading the news articles, before you begin to read the articles, please read the following instructions and a few tips that follow that will help you focus on finding the main idea. First, you'll skim through each article once just to learn what it's about. If possible, print out the article. Then you can have it right in front of you. Second, read through it again, underlining all the words that you already know. Third, look through it one more time and underline cognates. Remember that they are French words that resemble English words, so you might know those. Fourth, read this lesson's vocabulary list and see if it helps you. Okay, the vocabulary list is not actually going to be in this video, but it will be in the next lesson, your project. Finally, read the questions below the article and read the article one more time and look for answers to those questions. So there's the room in the actual Louvre where the Mona Lisa is located. You can see there's a lot of other paintings in that room, but mostly people come to see the Mona Lisa, and you can see how small it is in comparison to the others there. Now this room, this picture was obviously taken when the Louvre was closed, because this room is normally packed with people. And you come in from the rear of the room and you have to work your way up to actually see the Mona Lisa. Okay, so more tips for reading in French. How do I read an article for the main idea? I'm going to try to go down just a tiny, oops, got that wrong, tiny bit so we can see all of it there. Okay. In this project, you're going to read 2 articles to find specific information about the theft of the Mona Lisa. You may not be able to understand every word in the articles, and that's okay. So you may be tempted to stop and look up each word in the dictionary. However, resist that temptation. It's too time-consuming and not necessary for you to understand every single word of the articles to understand the main idea. Instead, look for words that you know and for specific information in the articles to guide you. Plus, if you copy and paste large portions of text into a translator, it's going to translate really wrong, and it's not going to sound right at all. Okay, remember I've told you before that using a translator is not all that helpful in doing these lessons because it comes out really weird and the meaning gets lost. Online translators might be good for one word, but then again, it doesn't know the context of things that you're looking for. I looked up a word the other day and I knew that it was totally not that. It's better to look in an actual dictionary than a translator. Okay, let's go on. So more tips for reading in French. And on the left there, that is an actual newspaper article when the Mona Lisa was stolen. La Joconde a disparu du musée de Louvre. Okay, so what about tenses that I don't recognize, verb tenses? As you read, you'll notice that the article contains some verbs in past tenses that you've seen before, like the passé composé and the imperfect. However, you'll also see a new tense, the passé simple, or simple past. This is a literary past tense, and you don't have to memorize it, and you won't be learning its conjugation. So, for this project, you just need to be aware that it's a past tense. Okay, so all this happened, in the past. For example, look at this sentence. Le matin, les 3 compères sortirent de leur cachette déguisés en nettoyeurs. You probably recognize the root of sortir as sortir, to go out. Simply recognizing this as a past tense of go out is a big part of understanding this sentence. Okay, so if you understand the root of a word, you know that the ending just means that it's in the past and it already happened. So an interesting picture on the right is the mugshot of the thief who stole the Mona Lisa after he was caught, obviously. And a picture of when the Mona Lisa was finally recovered and They were going to put it back, restore it to the museum. So, one verb that looks quite different in the simple past tense is être, as seen here. Pendant 2 ans, la Joconde fut introuvable. Fut, or was, is être in the simple past. So that is one thing they're letting you know. If you see this word fut, F-U-T, it means was in the simple past, literary past. Okay, what should you be looking for? The purposes of this reading assignment are to find the answers to the 11 questions below and to improve your French reading skills. And in a minute you'll see why translating directly is not really going to help you anyway. Although it can be overwhelming at first to be looking at a long French article, you may find out that you do know more than you think you do. And the picture on the right shows the room where the thief actually kept the Mona Lisa for a couple of years. Interesting, intéressant. Okay, here's the questions that you are going to need to answer. All you are going to do in answering these questions is type in the answers exactly as you see them in the articles. Okay, or if you do it online, you can copy and paste instead of type in, if it will allow you to do that. Some programs will allow you to, some you're going to just have to copy by typing it in. Okay, so question numéro 1. Quand le vol a-t-il eu lieu? When did the theft take place? Okay, you'll find the answer in the article. Type it in exactly as you see it. Comment s'appelaient les voleurs? What are the thieves' names? Où les Italiens sont-ils attendus? Where were the Italians waiting? Find the answer to this right in the article. Pourquoi l'absence d'une peinture n'a-t-elle pas attiré l'attention des visiteurs à cette époque? Why did the absence of a painting go unnoticed and did not attract the attention of visitors in this era? Let's see. Numéro 5. Qui a décroché la peinture? So who took the painting off the hook? Let's go to the next column. Trouvez 2 expressions négatives autres que ne pas dans l'article. So they want you to find 2 negative expressions other than ne pas in this article and write those down. Type them in. Copy and paste, whatever. And la prochaine. Combien d'inspecteurs et de gendarmes ont cherché la Joconde? How many inspectors and policemen looked for the Mona Lisa? Next. Pendant combien d'années la Joconde était-elle introuvable? During how many years was the Mona Lisa missing, or unfindable, in other words? How long was it missing? How many years? Où était la Joconde pendant cette période? Where was the Mona Lisa during this period that it was lost? Okay, and again, you are not coming up with your own answers. You are finding them right in the article. Qui a été arrêté? Who was arrested? And last, pourquoi a-t-il volé la Joconde? Why did he steal the Mona Lisa? Okay, time to read the articles. There was an actual article in the newspaper when La Joconde was recovered, but you're not going to read that one. So you're going to look in the next lesson, print the articles if possible to underline or make notes. Skim first. Look for possible answers next. Confirm answers last. Then in the lesson there's also 2 games. Play the 2 games to help your comprehension. Okay, they'll help you whether you get the questions in the games right or wrong. It'll help you to understand the article better, And as you read the last time, look for the answer to each question. All of those questions will be in the project lesson. Whenever you find a sentence in the article that answers one of the questions, you simply need to type the quotation in the appropriate blank below. Well, it's going to be an essay box. Okay, so you're going to make a list of 1 through 11, and then you're going to type or paste your answers there. Okay? Bonne chance, good luck, and if you have a question about how to do this, please get a hold of me before you turn it in. And since you're watching this recording, you must call me. For credit, not fro credit, as it says on there. There's both of my phone numbers. And I look forward to hearing from you and seeing what you can do with this. Au revoir. Goodbye.